What's this here? Hassan. All right, let's look at the.
What
the
are your
title
thoughts
first.
on people?
Just a second. Hassan recently banned TriHard from his Twitch chat. I give my thoughts on the idea of banning TriHard globally and my thoughts on banning it in individual streams. Okay, here we go. So I remember seeing Hassan's clip, and he basically had the same level of frustration and complete confusion as I did whenever he was dealing with this issue. So let's see what Hassan's an idiot. I like Hassan. I do. I don't agree with everything that Hassan says, but I don't think that he's a malicious person. That's the way that I look at it, okay? Don't even know these people? Yeah, anyway. Sounds retarded. Whatever. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I've talked to him before a number of times. Okay, let me look at it.
People like Hassan banning TriHard from their chat. Does it bother you? Do you agree with him? Or are you indifferent? Ooh, okay. The big question that requires...
Yep.
The big question that requires a lot of...
This shit's so funny. Because I was watching, like, literally yesterday, he was doing this exact same level. Like, I don't know how many attempts he's had on this shit, but it's been, like... It's been a long fucking time.
A lot of framing to answer here. So...
Just like that. Yeah.
I haven't seen the clip in question or whatever, but apparently Hassan has banned TriHard in his chat.
Yep.
He's not the first person to do it. You guys want me to react to Andy? I got you. So let me see here. The
Oh, wait. Okay, here we go.
Guys, holy shit.
Here we go.
Mods, can someone with Nightbot access ban Kamambra? If I see this fucking emote one more time in my goddamn chat, dude. And TriHex too, and TriHard too. I'm banning them. You fucked up. TriHard and Kamambra is gone.
There it is.
Fucking idiots.
There it is.
Absolute fucking morons. God damn it, I hate you so much, man.
Same.
I hate it so
fucking same.
Much. I'm like 12 years old.
Yep. If
oh,
that.
You said Nicaragua. It sounds like
whoa, what?
It sounds like that bad word. Fucking idiots, dude. Okay, guys. Holy shit.
Big true.
All right.
Okay, so let's break it down then, okay? So, Hassan was talking about some political shit, brings up the country, Nicaragua.
Yep.
Nicaragua. No, I'm almost saying it wrong myself here, good lord.
Yeah.
And, of course, because you hear the first syllable, people are like, hey, Himmel said it. Due to the instability of chat, he had to, like, do some authoritarian action, and he had to, like, prohibit the enabling
it's an executive move.
I guess, like, problematic racist rhetoric and or the pseudo ironic race baiting racist rhetoric.
Yeah, obviously.
So we did that. Now let's bring it back here. Okay, I've answered the question before here, but I'll give you guys a quick take here, so we don't like dwell on too long here, because I've covered it like a fuck ton of this past year. I do believe that there's no wrong way to stream. There are obviously distasteful things that you can do, but ultimately, if you want to give me like a more of a general like basis of where you can go with it, there is no wrong way to do what you enjoy, as long as you don't hurt anybody else. And this might be kind of a hot take for some of y'all here, but like if you want to do booty shorts, squatting, right hands on your dry erase board that's mounted way too low on the wall, where I can see you do like your squats and you got the booty towel.
Hey, whatever it is.
If you're not hurting anyone, cool, do you. Any kind of like gatekeeping over how streaming should be done, do what you want to do. If you want to be a super sellout and do 90% mobile game trash and torture your audience to garbage gotcha games that are giving you a fat payday, cool, man, you do you. Hey,
I think this is true too. I used to always be worried about what other people did, and then I got older and I stopped being worried about what other people did, because I was so fucking worried and stressed out about my own life that I literally had no time to sit around and try to micromanage somebody else's. Like, I don't have time for that. Like, just let people do whatever they want. Let's get away from me. All right, I've got like 50 problems right here. Okay, I don't need 51. It's hurting people though. You're right. You're absolutely right. Whenever somebody has cleavage on their stream, a baby dies. It's very true. I forgot about that.
See, no, you've advertised that transparently you're doing an ad shilling stream, or that you do the majority of those, and if you're okay with your fan base being divisive over that kind of thing or whatever, hey, cool, you do that, you do what you want to do. Again, I'm not naming names. This is obviously a thing that not even just one person does, or any particular people I'm trying to think of do.
Let me say something here, okay? Think of the kids. Listen, bro, if the kid is old enough to look for titties, he's already got 3 VPNs installed on his smartphone that's already been jailbroken, so it can go through all of your different types of, fucking child protection and, firewall things. Like, this kid's already past you in miles you don't even fucking understand, okay? This kid's probably already looking, he's probably... he's past probably even human porn. He's probably watching hentai by now, okay? At least. And you want to complain about somebody sitting there that looks a little bit too provocative? Give me a fucking break. If any kid nowadays wants to find porn, listen, bro, like, we found porn on AOL back in 2001 and 2002. You're in the chat. I'm not the only one. You were there too, right? And we were finding this shit even back then. And we were tricking our parents even back then. Do you genuinely think that these kids can't figure out a way to look at porn? Are you fucking stupid? Fuck no. They're sitting there looking at porn all they want. They're probably in class looking at porn with their friends. Because you know what? That's what we did. Get mad all you want, but that's the reality. If kids want to find that shit, they're going to find it. Issue isn't the content? Oh, it's issue is the content. Well, what is it then? It's the viewers. Oh no, the viewers. Oh, I'm sure the viewers are the real problem. Yeah, some 12-year-old that wants to look at, or some weird guy that wants to have like his pseudo girlfriend. Oh wow, she reads my donations, so we're married. Like, yeah, it's pathetic. Okay, let's just get that out of the way. It's pathetic whenever guys act like that. And you're right. It's like, I'm not going to fault some girl for getting a payday off of some lonely loser because he doesn't have any other girl that'll pay attention to him unless he's giving them money. I mean, there's plenty of middle-aged men that go to strip clubs, and at the end of the day, people are paying for attention from girls in all kinds of different ways, and it's been the case forever. You even look at, like, paying for attention from girls. You can look at it as an abstract of the social expectation that men pay for meals. Okay, let's be real. Like, this is just, it's society. It's the way that the world works. You can get mad about it all you want, but it's not going to change.
But the point is that you can do whatever you want to do.
No, I didn't buy Belle
The idea that, like,
water.
A girl gamer should be X, or the idea that a guy gamer should be Y.
Yep.
These are all things I find are very, very problematic in the preconceived notions of the tropes of streaming manifested into some kind of like toxic viewer entitlement.
I agree.
So with that out the way, let's move on to the next point here, which is the thing about emotes.
Yep.
I don't believe TriHard should be banned because TriHard itself is not a racist emote. The usage of TriHard from anonymous people on the Twitch platform that lack severe consequences or accountability, that is what is producing the racist usage, right? And now the next step that some people make in that logic is, oh, okay, so if the people are using TriHard in a racist way, then let's just remove the tool that lets them be racist. Let's remove TriHard. And the problem there is that's to me is like a logical conclusion, because well, then you're saying, okay, well, if the toxic people can't be changed, remove the tool and cage them. But that doesn't really fix the behavior problem, though, ultimately, right? If you can't
fix the behavior problem. Like, that's the issue, right? Is you can't fix the behavior problem because it's a chat room on the internet. So even if you ban them or whatever, they're just going to go somewhere else. There's no way that you can fix the behavior problem because you don't have the tools to modify behavior. Like, that's really all there is to it. Like, how can you fix the behavior? I don't think that there's any way, because you don't have, like, in order to control something or control somebody's actions, you have to be able to give them or take away something that they want. So if people can't use a tool, it doesn't matter, right? And they're not going to be able to say anything racist in the first place. Like, I'm sorry to say, but like 99% of the time that people use TriHard, or at least in any sort of a big streamer's chat, it's just to reference a black person in some way or another. If I say steal, they put TriHard in chat. Everybody knows what they're saying. They're saying that black people steal things. Like, let's cut the bullshit, guys. Everybody knows that's what's happening. I mean, if you want to be honest, okay, Like, whenever I see 99% of an emote being used in an obnoxious or a racist way, and whenever you combine that with the fact that Twitch holds streamers accountable for their streams, I don't think that you can fault anybody for banning an emote that's used in a racist way an overwhelming majority of the time. Like, let's be real. Fuck off Twitch. Well, it doesn't matter it doesn't matter if I like what Twitch is doing or not. Like, my opinion on the subject doesn't matter. I don't own Twitch.
Ban TriHard, for example, based off of that logic, then wouldn't they just pivot over to Come On Bruh and use that until that gets banned too?
No. They don't. They don't. See, here's the thing. Is that the people that are so stupid that they have to put a blackface emote in chat whenever somebody does something to create a racist connotation, they're so dumb that the only plan B they've ever known is the one their mom should have used. They don't have a plan B. They're too stupid for that. Whenever I got rid of Come On Bruh, people stopped typing TriHard. People never moved over to typing TriHard whenever I said blacksmithing. It wasn't this giant spam. Because these people are reacting to a meme. And so once you remove the cause effect of the meme, right? So I do A, they do B. They're not smart enough to dynamically make a decision to, okay, well, instead of B, since I can't do B, I'll do C instead. Now, there are a few people that will do that, but generally now, whenever I play a rap song, for example, there will be a couple of people that put the amazing emote in chat, right? There's maybe 5 or 6. But whenever I would play it with TriHard, I would have hundreds of people spamming the exact same thing. So whenever you remove the emote, it disconnects the meaning of the correlation that they were trying to make in the first place. And because the meaning is disconnected, the fulfillment that the person gets out of basically completing the circle of the meme is removed. You can say wrong, but you can just go back and look at my VODs. Like, my chat is shown in my VODs. I literally don't even have to prove this. It's self-evident. You just go watch the VODs. You're just talking bullshit? No, I'm not. You unleashed it? No, I'll just... The thing is, like, I have all these items, okay? Now, obviously, they'll do it now, right? They'll do it now. And maybe we'll have a few people that are dedicated to doing it in the future, and then we'll just ban them, and then it'll go away entirely. Whereas before, the TriHard emote has a global connotation to that. So whenever people take the global connotation and you're able to remove that, not as many people replace it with a secondary connotation. So it does solve the problem. Like, removing Come On Bruh got rid of about, I'd say, 95 to 99% of the, quote, accidental racism, right? Whenever I say, oh, go to the black one, not the white one, or, you know, oh, let's do blacksmithing, or, oh, kill the white one over there, or something like that, right? If I say something like that, whenever Come On Bruh was enabled, I would have 1,000 people responding to it with the Come On Bruh thing. Whenever I removed that, nobody else replaced Come On Bruh with anything. It didn't happen. And as I said before, this isn't something that I can just, like, you can literally look at my VODs. You can literally look at my VODs, and you know this isn't true, or this is true. Like, censorship? Of course it's censorship. If it was up to me, people that were so stupid about Come On Bruh or TriHard would never say anything again. Because they're stupid. And the only thing that they can do is make everybody else in the entire world stupid in case they accidentally hear what they have to say. I'm not saying I'm going to kill them, relax. But... I mean, the thing is that a lot of these people, right, they're just fucking idiots. Of course I'm censoring them. It's because they're stupid and I don't want to hear what they have to say. And you don't either, trust me.
And then aren't they just going to pivot over to Punch Trees and Kevin Turtle? And aren't they just going to pivot over to Brain Slug? Oh, wait, that's already gone. That got removed here. So it's like, you know, you just, it doesn't really fix anything. And then not only that, what are you going to do next? Are you going to say that Ming Lee is racist? So are you going to remove Ming Lee too? Are you just going to say that every minority...
Well, no, it's not. Ming Lee isn't racist because it's not used in a racist connotation, all right? And it's also a positive and negative racist connotation. Now, if somebody says Asians are good at math, it's a racist stereotype, but it's not as bad as saying black people steal things. And so because it's a positive stereotype and people that do things like that feed on negativity, it's not used as often. Right? I mean, let's be honest. Like, yes, that's what it is. You're being racist right now? No, I'm literally just saying what it is. Positive racism? No, I mean... You're wrong here. It's literally the same. So you're saying that there's the same. I don't want to listen to like the Spurgs in chat, right? So wrong. Racism doesn't have levels. Of course it does. What do you mean it doesn't have levels? Like, do you think that offering a Hispanic person a taco, assuming that is like kind of like a racist connotation, is the same thing as being in the KKK? Of course racism has levels. That doesn't mean that they're all okay, but it means that some are better than others. Or some are worse than others. I think that's probably a better way to frame it. I mean, come on. I feel like I'm talking to 5-year-olds here. Okay, let me see here. Chat's so fucking dumb. Yeah, I mean, damn people are stupid. Yeah, I mean, come on.
It's a problem, and we're going to abuse everything ever
Okay.
to look at only the negative implications of the entirety of communication on Twitch itself. Like, it doesn't fucking end. It's bad logic. It's illogical, right? So, yeah, that's the issue there. So the idea of removing TriHard is like, it's just taking a big pile of cat shit or cat vomit and just like scooting it under the rug and saying, you know, okay, cool, problem solved. Didn't really solve the problem. So then the next thing you would say is, okay, well, you brought back here, you said that these toxic people are using TriHard in a racist way, and there's not severe consequences. So let's have severe consequences. I don't agree with that either, because, you know, the way to have consequences and tangible punishment is accountability. There's not any real accountability. You can come out here and drop, you know, racist shit all fucking day, and you
you can just randomly make an
or
account.
you get timed out or whatever, or you know, whatever it may be. And in some cases, they actually want that because they're 12 years old and they want, and they have that little brother syndrome where, you know, the little brother loves older brother tells older brother, fuck off, I'm trying to get laid right now. Older brother's like 19, you're like 12. And you know, it's like, you know, you're trying to like do your thing, and any attention from older brother is good attention because that's what you want above everything else here. So it's kind of like, you know, well, hey, I'm going to time you out. That is attention. That's what I wanted. I wanted your attention because I can't get it otherwise because I'm desiring it currently. So it's just a little brother syndrome thing. That's practically what it is for most of the situations here. Moving on though, so the idea is, let's hold accountability and let's get them in check here. I feel like the way to have accountability would be to have some kind of like Big Brother Facebook implementation of having everyone's real name or something along those lines.
Oh, dude, I would love that so much. So if somebody talks shit to me, it's not even about like the racism stuff. It's not even about that, right? But if somebody talks shit to me, I can look at what their face looks like. I can see where they work. I can see who their friends are. I can see what their dog looks like, right? If somebody's got a stupid ass dog, I make fun of their fucking dog. Okay, like that. So that would be great. You know, you think about it, right? I mean, because I so many times, man, I see some stupid ass shit that I read in chat, and I want to see the face of the dipshit that wrote that. And the fact, if I could click on their name and see their Facebook profile, oh my God, I would feel so good. Now, you can make fake Facebook profiles, etc., right? So I don't really know if this would be an actual solution, because I feel like it would basically lead to the same problem. But what he's saying is just higher accountability. If you want me to, like, no memes or whatever, I don't know if that's the right decision or not, honestly. I really don't know. Personally, I feel, I'm going to be honest, I don't know what the solution is. I don't know. Straight up, I don't know. Everyone would leave Twitch. Where would they go? Like, the thing is, they're already, like, the thing is, people like that, where would they go? They're not going to go anywhere else. There's no other good live streaming platform on there. What do you think they're going to go to Mixer? I'm sure doesn't Mixer have like a rule where you can't even call girls cam girls? Like, Mixer is going to be even worse than Twitch would be in this circumstance. So people think that they're going to go to Mixer. It's like out of the fire and into the inferno. I mean, give me a fucking break. They're both going to be the same. Mixer is a worse TOS. Give me a fucking break. Okay, go directly to Facebook Live, right. So to avoid having to link your Facebook profile with your Twitch profile, you're going to go directly to Facebook. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's go to the rest of the video.
Tether to your Twitch profile, because if I knew who you really were, then you wouldn't say the things you are saying. You are saying them because you're behind the mask of internet anonymity.
Yeah,
I don't know who you really are.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you wouldn't say that to my face. Have I seen plenty of N-bomb drops in chat? No, certainly, yeah. Or elsewhere? Yeah, probably, yeah. But have I ever got called any of that shit IRL at TwitchCon?
Probably not.
Not at all.
Yeah.
So yeah, just, obviously, like, one of the
people
most
don't do that.
steps to boosting accountability would be to have some kind of, like, super duper profile accountability. And, can you imagine a world where you walk around and, I can see your first and last name on Twitch? Facebook connected, hypothetically here. Not very inviting. Not only that,
no, it's
but
not.
you know, it would probably be pretty terrible, because it's like, it's the idea of some Big Brother super accountability to solve that problem kind of negates the positive of anonymity, in that you get genuine communication on the internet. When you're on Facebook and it's your real profile and your real name, I feel like a lot of you, myself included here, would not say or do the things that we would do on other platforms,
I think that's
other
true.
mediums, where it's more avatar oriented, like Twitter.
I agree with
or, that. I don't fucking know, Neopets forums, or fucking
those are lit,
Tumblr,
man.
wherever you go fuck around at, you know what I'm saying? Like, or the fucking Pornhub comment section, you know, whatever it is, right? Any avatar based medium. So, you know, just because you have that privacy, you're able to just, like, you know, say what you really feel and mean without the stigma and judgment of those who don't understand, because that's human nature, to judge what you don't understand. So, so yeah, the idea of some Big Brother bullshit is also fucking stupid, because again, you're focusing on the negative, and not only that, in the bigger principle of the whole thing, in the macro picture, you're saying that there are people who use TriHard for a racist purpose, or for racist things, and I'm gonna punish everyone because of the problem here, even though there is good. I mean, TriHard is used for good. I mean, but you only hear about the negative, because
like
bad news goes faster.
Like what? When is TriHard ever used positively, besides referring to TriX? Like, I'm curious about
I'm sure
this.
Hot Pocket, you know, the Hot Pocket emote from Pocket is also used for funny things. I mean, it's the emote is literally, you know, it's an angry face. Yeah, like, what else? Yeah, in 2019, what the fuck else is it going to be used for, dude? Like, it's being used for the emote it conveys. People can add their own subcontext to it about being a feminazi SJW.
Like, that's what it is.
That's Hot Pocket's face that she made at that time, dude. It wasn't like... I don't know what, like, it's just gonna be what it's gonna be, dude. Like, if I had a mad face, it'd be used for that as well here, dude. Like, come on, bro. So going back here, so I've explained what Hassan did. I've explained my stance on streaming. I've covered why banning TriHard is stupid, and I've covered why trying to actually punish the behavior is problematic, to say the least, from the obvious given solution.
So
here.
then what's the solution?
So let's bring it all back to the whole thing about Hassan. I don't believe banning TriHard is the right thing to do. However, I do think that in your community, on your channel, again, there's no wrong way to enjoy what you're doing as long as you're not hurting anybody. So obviously that would mean that there's no reason. Why would I care what you do on your channel? If you want to ban every emote because all emotes offend you, fuck it. You do that, dude. Do you? It's your community. It's your moderation. It's your thing. You do you. So if you want to, if you want to ban emotes, that's totally fine. I don't care. Why would that bother me, dude? Hassan's trying to make his community, and mold it into a thing that I guess it can be an extension of his representation. You know, he doesn't tolerate racism. He doesn't tolerate race baiting. He doesn't tolerate ironic, unironic race baiting. So, sadly, I too don't really know of a great solution whenever you're at that point. So you got to ban the emote, I guess. The reality here is, because you look at it right now, you look at the Twitch chat, and essentially there is like what, roughly, if I turn off all the mods here, and if I turn off all the modifications here and make it like a vanilla Twitch chat, you know, you probably have about like 30 lines of Twitch chat per display here, right?
Something
so
like
if you only
that,
if you only see 30 lines of chat per display, I mean, that's naturally, and you got like what, 4,000 people in here right now, you're throttled. You know, 30 lines of text, 4,000 people, you're throttled. There's no way you can, the level of moderation you can do is like only so much ratio to the amount of people in this chat. No, the solution here, and if you don't understand what I'm getting at here, the solution here would be just to make chat bigger, you know, just show more of chat. That way, you know, there's less of the problematic post consuming the majority of your visibility of chat at a given time, right? That's what you would do. Or well,
I mean, like that's assuming that the problematic people don't scale in the same way that the people who are not problematic don't scale. So let's say you have 10,000 viewers and you have 1,000 of those people are racist. Well, if you go up to 100,000 viewers, it doesn't necessarily mean that 1,000 are still going to be racist. It could go up to 10,000 people too, right? It's a problem of scale. Because like obviously in a small chat, one person writes a dumb message, it just gets kind of ignored. But the issue is that once more of those people get in there, wait, true? Wait, no, the ratio is way off. Well, it is way off. I'm just making a very easy to understand analogy. Of course it's way off, or at least I hope that it is. The point that I'm making here is that obviously if you have more people in chat, I can guarantee you with my stream, somebody can fill that entire fucking thing up with tryhards and racist stuff whenever I say steal. Absolutely. Like they do that even on their own. Like, I mean, you can go back again and just watch the VODs. It absolutely happens.
Or something like that, right? That's what you would kind of do right there. But that's logic. That's not like, from a UI UX perspective, that's not really a thing. Okay. So therefore, you have to control the 30 you do have right here. You gotta make that as quality as possible as a representation of your community, or just like what you tolerate here. So therefore, he gets rid of the emote. I don't think it's a thing he wanted to do. It's just kind of the inevitability of what he had to do before the culture manifests itself. If TriHard and Kamambra are being spammed in problematic ways, and people are getting over any word that has like nig at the beginning of it, and he doesn't want to tolerate that shit, then either you are status quo and you condone that because what the conversation you're not having is a conversation in itself. By not calling that out, you are indirectly saying that you are okay with it there if you know it exists. If you can agree with that statement, then you can see why Hassan did what he had to do. Yeah, I don't care, dude. I've rated black streamers that have TriHard banned, and that's mega unfortunate, and that puts me in a somewhat in an awkward spot because I'm just like, damn, dude, fuck, that sucks, dude. I'm sorry to hear that. But then I look on my end, and honestly, I'm so far removed from it. Even in 2015, when like the whole start of TriHard being hijacked for racist usage, there's never a problem here. My boys know what's good. You guys can see me. You obviously know that I don't have any of those problematic, racist, derogatory tropes that racist people, or just like edgy shitters will say and do about black people. Don't apply to me. So I don't know why they like if you want to call me like dumb, stupid, or whatever, you can. I'm paraphrasing the words they actually would use here. You can, but I mean, it's comical. That's not me. I think I'm decent IQ. I think I'm at least like I might not be a 5 head, but I'm at least like a 4 head here. Come on now. So you're just in delusional denial. Anything, if you do that, you're just trying to get attention. You're so conditioned just dropping the word, I'm thinking it, I'm saying it, I'm dropping the word.
Yep.
And you're used to that being enough
it's so dumb.
to get someone triggered, enough to get the bait out there. Like you are a comedian, you are a failed comedian that hasn't updated your routine since 1975. And you're trying out here now in 2019 to talk about how...
I think the reason they do it is because they get a reaction from chat, right? Is like, I remember back what would happen at the beginning of BFA, whenever my stream started getting really popular, is that what would happen is that somebody would, like, I would say blacksmithing, and then everybody would spam Kamambra. And it wasn't really to get a reaction out of me, because usually I wouldn't respond to it. It was to get other people responding to Kamambra with ha-ha, and then getting mad at them. So they're getting a reaction out of chat. It's not even necessarily, the streamer isn't even involved. It's like two kids throwing paper balls at each other in class. The teacher has nothing to fucking do with it. It's just happening.
Women am I right? Women, bro, man, you sitting out here bitching and everything about my bitch a vacuum cleaner last week, and I just told her, hey, you get back to fucking work, you dumb bitch, you dumb broad, it's like you haven't updated your routines all forever here, and now you're mad that people are, not taking you seriously now, bro, dude. So that's the equivalent there. What are your thoughts on Hassan banning TriHard from chat? Answer that one. Does it bother you? No. Do you agree with him? I can't think of what else he could do right now. He might be able to sit on the problem of TriHard and Kamambra being hijacked, and it does bother him, but time is precious. The longer that goes uncontested, the more that the chat and the community are gonna determine indirectly that is condoned conduct that he will not explicitly do something about.
Okay.
So there you go. There is that's my whole thing for you on TriHard being banned.
Okay. Okay. So, I mean, overall, I generally, like, kind of, I agree with what he's saying in a lot of ways. I think that really where we diverge is the fact that a streamer is held accountable for their chat. I don't think he really addressed that. That's the main concern that I have. So if I have a chat that's doing this, then I have the problem right there. It's happening right there. And that's my main issue. And if TriX is actually here, what's up, man? Thanks for making a video. It's fucking amazing. I've been watching your Mario Maker streams, too. I fucking love them. I bought a Wii U because I saw TriX playing Mario Maker 1. It was like one of the best times ever. So here's the thing, right? It's like whenever I'm held accountable for my chat's actions, I have to at least make sure that there aren't these tools that they use on a regular basis to create negative connotations between, with like racist stuff, because it's against the TOS, right? And this is like completely like, yeah, I'm against racism. Wow, look at me. I'm so progressive. But it's beyond that, right? Even if I was completely okay with it, I would still have to ban it purely from a pragmatic perspective in the continued like growth and maintaining my channel, right? Even if I didn't care. And so I think the problem really that Twitch has is that a lot of the emotes that are being used for people that are let's say want to create like racial stereotypes, right? Like I say bomb, people say NL. I say I'm amazing at math, Mingli, right? Or whatever, some other type of like Asian emote. And the reason that these are happening is because that the Asian emotes, or not Asian emotes, but a lot of the emotes that convey minorities are not put in there with any sort of a secondary connotation. So if I say white person, nobody puts lol in chat because it doesn't make any sense, because lol has a secondary meaning because the face is conveying an emotion. And TriHard, I think, is an exception to this because TriHard obviously is very, very strongly conveyed emotion inside the picture. But in general, a lot of the other pictures and emotes that are used for different minorities don't have such a strong emotion correlated to them. And because of that, it allows people to kind of create an emotion that's associated with them, or also just present them at their face value. So that's why I think it's happening. With Kekona, but the Kekona is different because it's a specific type of white person. Right? It's not just like any white person. Like if I show a picture of some other random guy, it's a white guy, they're not going to put Kekona in chat. It's specifically used for like rednecks, basically. It's not? Well, no, I mean, like, here's an example, right? If I go and I watch the Bellier video, which we're going to watch in a minute here, right? Nobody puts Kekona in chat whenever Bellier is talking, even though he's white. Now, if I did any sort of a video of a black person, for example, right? Doesn't matter who it is. It could be anybody. They will put an emote to convey the fact that that is a black person. So Kekona is used for a certain type of white people, whereas TriHard and the Kamanbra emotes are used for all black people, basically. I think that's really the difference. Did you do a full clear of Mechagon yet? No, we're going to do it in probably just a little bit. We're going to get... let me pause that here real quick. Let's see. Well, the Dat Sheffy thing, that's basically... The Dat Sheffy thing is almost like a Nazi emote, right? You're using that to like kind of confirm... it's like usually like, okay, they're the superior race or something like that, right? Oh, Nagas are... What's the best race for WoW? And people will put Dat Sheffy in chat, right? I mean, like, let's be real. That's what it is. And let's see, what are the other ones? It's used for Germans? Yeah, and for Germans, right? Which is basically the connotation. Well, Germans used to be Nazis, so it's just used for Germans. And so, yeah, that's not... again, it's not entirely... it's not as racist as, like, the TriHard one. But I would say that the problem is that they don't have enough of these emotes of people that are minorities that are conveying an emotion very strongly. And if they had that, it's like Zulul, for example. Zulul isn't necessarily used whenever you have a black person in chat, for example, because it has a secondary meaning that people can see through the picture. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's what I think the big difference is. And let's see, am I making sense here? Hopefully I'm making sense. Let's see, people aren't actually racist. Well, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter, right? I mean, like, if you're putting the steel in chat, conversation is important. I'm with you, man. Yeah, I feel like, to a certain extent, I kind of have a responsibility to just be honest with people. If people aren't making sense, yeah. Makes your band in chat. What was this here? 5 chats, you're banned on. Make it so if you're banned in 5 chats, you're banned on Twitch. I don't know if that's a good idea or not, man. Actually, I do know if it's a good idea or not. It's not a good idea. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. Aren't stupid rednecks stereotypes for or an exaggeration of white people? Well, yeah, but it doesn't refer to all white people in the same way that TriHard is being referred to as all black people. So I think that's really the difference. That's really what the difference is. Obviously, like, yeah, to a certain extent, it's kind of the same, but it's like the same type of intention. But I think whenever it's a denomination or a type of people, it's different than whenever you're using it for an entire race. Of course, people really use it for all Americans. I mean, they usually use the NA thing, right? Like the fat frog. I don't think they use that for Americans. I mean, like maybe some people do, but it's not as much of a correlation. Right, and then also it's not really used in a I guess like as much of a negative way. Sometimes it is, but it's not as bad. Okay, let me see here. I mean, I think that basically covers everything, right? French call Belgian. I don't know what that is, man. I have no idea what you're saying. Towards white people, it doesn't matter because white people can't be racist. Zenith, that's such a stupid low IQ take that I can't even possibly imagine it. Right? Everybody. Of course you can be racist to white people. Like, give me a fucking break, man. Like, come on. Like, what world do you guys live in? Like, of course you can be. Like, who, like, besides some crazy idiot on Twitter, who really thinks that? Like, maybe some weird professor at some private university in New York thinks that? I mean, like, who, what really? I mean, it's not happening. Like, trolls, like, come the fuck on, man. Like, yeah, obviously it's stupid, but that doesn't mean that everybody has it, okay? Everybody thinks this. Like, give me a break. Okay, I'm gonna read the rest of this.
No,
what?
Dude. No, you're wrong about that.
Okay.
It's definitely more okay to shit on white people than it is not to. Okay,
I think that
trust me.
Well, that's the same with anything, though, right? Is because it's always okay. It's more okay to shit on people that you feel are like above you, right? So there's like a perceived injustice where white people have privilege or whatever. These guys say, right? They think that because white people have privilege or whatever, well then it's okay to say bad things about them. Let me give you another example. It's more socially acceptable for fat people to be critical of skinny people, because the power dynamic is that skinny people are above fat people. It's more okay for short people to make fun of tall people, but it's not socially acceptable for tall people to make fun of short people. Okay? Here's another one. This is one that's very simple, right? The other two were much more disconnected than this one. It's very, very easy for people to criticize and say negative things about rich people, but whenever they're poor. But whenever rich people criticize and say negative things about poor people, they're hated. Whenever a small streamer says negative things and criticizes big streamers, they're met generally with maybe a few people saying that they're jealous, but most people not considering that as socially unacceptable, as if a big streamer is critical towards a small streamer in something that is involving their viewer count.
How does any of that tie into talking about like how emotes affect and how you can be racist towards white people?
I forgot how we got on this tangent, honestly. But the point that I'm making is that in the society that we live in, it's socially acceptable to discriminate upwards. That's all there is to it. That's it. And if you don't like that, that's too bad. You can go live somewhere else. But
so are you saying that you think? Well, that would imply that white people are ahead of everybody else, doesn't it? Because then you're implying that...
Which what I already said is predicated on the assumption of white privilege, right? That they use, right? Because the same people saying that probably believe that. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. That's what I'm... Yeah.
All of these things are predicated on assumptions, right? Like short people and tall people are literally just born that way, right? But one of them is perceived as being better than the other, even though they're not necessarily better at anything except for reaching things on high shelves. Like, I mean, this isn't some kind of like a weird thing, but let's be honest. I mean, this is society. Am I wrong about that?
Who, me? No, I don't think you're wrong, but I definitely, like, when I see, a tweet just by a random nobody, and it's somewhat derogatory towards white people.
Well, it's
and
patronizing or whatever.
I don't
yeah.
know. Yeah. It's got like 80,000 likes and 30,000 retweets. I would see that as being somewhat acceptable in society.
Well, that's what I was saying
granted,
before.
It's
right?
Twitter likes, right? So you can't take it that seriously. But if you're looking at like just the microcosm of the internet, then yeah, I think it matters a little bit.
Well, of course it does, right? And of course it's bad. But the thing is that it's not going to change. It hasn't changed in hundreds of years. It's never going to change. You can complain about it all you want. It just doesn't. It doesn't matter. Like as I said, that's what I'm saying. This is a fundamental thing that is across all of society. It is even in WoW. It's okay for casual players to criticize and make jokes about hardcore raiders, shitting in their pants, etc., right? But whenever hardcore players go down and they make fun of casual players that don't have as much gear, now they're the victims. Right?
What do you mean? You've made your entire streaming career off shitting off casuals.
Yeah, and people fucking hate it.
What? You managed to become a 30K Andy from it. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
People love it.
There's a lot of people that like it, but there's also a lot of people that hate it.
Yeah, I would say it's pretty even. I mean, it
is pretty even. It is pretty even. But like, let's look at the response, the social response from other people that go at it from the opposite direction, right? That criticize hardcore players, etc. They don't have nearly as much negativity associated with them. You really gonna say that's not true? Like, I have more people talking shit about me than anybody else in the community, like constantly.
Yeah, but that's just because you're a streamer and people don't like streamers.
There's other
streamers. They don't
streamers.
understand. Yeah, but they're not constantly shitting on people's armories and saying they should take out LFR and all this other shit.
Well, that's what I'm saying, right? But if those other people, streamers are saying that, we should keep LFR in and we should, be okay and invite everybody in and, Raider.io is terrible, they're not going to receive the same level of backlash as I am because the power dynamic is perceived to be different.
But how does that change anything about them not liking what you say and people liking what you say?
Because the position in which you say it from.
Yes, but you have made a community, you have made a living off of shitting off people, which means that there is a community of people that do like that and do support it and do believe the things that you do. So clearly,
there's the KKK too. Like the thing is, like, if you want to create an exception of people that go against the rule, then that's not the point. Like, yes, obviously there are people that look at the power dynamic from a completely different perspective, right? And they don't care. But yes, no, it's an extreme. It is a massive fucking extreme. Like, normalized Nazi. Wait, was that?
Are you almost? I think you kind of equated yourself to the KKK there. You probably should use a different example.
I feel like I can't use metaphors anymore because people can only think literally. Like, yeah, I don't know. I really feel that way. I feel like I can't use metaphors because people cannot. They can only think literally. It's a bad metaphor? No, it's not at all. Both of the examples are extreme groups of people that look down on people that society perceives are below them.
You're talking about two different things. You're talking about two different things.
No,
here.
I'm not.
In terms of, yes, you are. In terms of streaming, yes, you are an extreme. You are on the other end. You are on the other end of, like, popularity, and most people don't make it on Twitch, and not many people are 30K Andy. In terms of that, yes, you are an extreme. But in terms of shitting on casual players, I don't think you are. I think that's pretty much 50-50. And you just see it that way. You see it the different way because, well, Blizzard caters to casual players. But that doesn't mean that there aren't players constantly shitting on casuals. It's the same thing. You're just taking it in a different direction.
Well, I'm not talking about casuals or whatever. Yes, obviously people are constantly shitting on casuals, right? Of course. And all of the other examples, you can see other people doing the opposite as well, right? There are skinny people that are saying negative things about fat people, and all of the other examples that I've given too. I'm not saying that obviously there are no examples on the contrary. All I'm saying is it is a core. I don't even know if this is even society or just human nature, but it is a core, I guess, like value or a core way of thinking that discrimination is more socially acceptable if it's being done upwards.
Well, yeah.
That's all I'm trying to say. I mean, is anybody really disagreeing with that?
I would say it is, but I don't think. Yeah, I would say it's more socially acceptable to punch up.
Yeah.
Like in terms of if you're a comedian, you want to punch up, and then if you punch down, people are gonna ruin your career and shit like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Then what are we disagreeing on? I think you.
Well, because you came on and you said, well, because of like tweets that were like negative or like painted white people in a bad light, that it was bad. But like that completely reinforces what I'm saying. Like that completely reinforces everything that I'm saying. Would you okay with your mods banning people spamming right now if it's a rap song? Probably, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I probably would. Yeah, that'd be okay. But it's a bad thing. It's a socially acceptable. As I said before, I used to spend a lot of time worrying about what's good and bad. I don't anymore. I don't care.
What?
I don't care.
How can you not care about social issues, man?
Because I can't change them.
You don't care about the concentration camps that we have in America and shit like that?
It doesn't affect me.
And you're...
Like, it doesn't affect me. I can't do anything about it. Like, I have so many problems in my own personal life that I don't have time to worry about someone else's. Like, I don't have time.
I can't wait to see the YouTube comments from that. Holy
yeah,
shit.
Sure. I mean, yeah, because you have a lot of people that have to, they have nothing better to do than read and write YouTube comments, which implies I'm never writing and reading YouTube comments. It implies they have nothing better to do. So of course they're not going to agree with me, because by definition of them writing YouTube comments, they're not part of the group that I'm talking about.
All I can say is, I think I understand why you voted for Trump now.
Sure. I don't have problems. Like, I have so many problems that I have to deal with, right? I don't have time to deal with problems that aren't mine. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Like, you're not going to change the world. I used to think like that a lot, and things just got worse. That's it.
Okay.
I mean, there it is. Control problems. Yeah, exactly. Do you have kids? No, I don't. Watch Ives video. Don't change me. I love you. Yeah, I don't have time to deal with that. Like, I have imagine helping others. Nobody's helping me. Like, back whenever I was younger, like, nobody's helping me. I was just out there on my own. Like, yeah, I mean, really, I mean, like, whenever I was a young kid, like, I had a fucking bicycle with one pedal. It wasn't even painted. We lived barely, like, we could barely pay for fucking anything. Like, my teeth rotted out because I couldn't afford dental care. Yeah. Like, I look after myself first. Because if I don't, no one else will. Hey,
you got yours, fuck everybody else, right?
Well, they said fuck me first. I'll say that for sure. Yeah, I get donations. Yeah, well now I try to help people. Now I actually tip in restaurants because I feel like a jackass if I don't, because people donate to me on my stream. I mean, how can I not tip in a restaurant whenever I'm making all my money off of basically tips? Oh, really?
You just got a donation.
Really?
Yes.
Thanks to $12. Wow. What you said about not being change problems outside the world, rather focus on your own problems around me. The book Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. It's a Stoic philosophy and recommend you reading it. Yeah, Marcus Aurelius, what was he, like Romans? Romans or Greeks? I forgot who he is. Wait. Yeah, it was Romans. 100% Romans. Okay, let me see here. Ignorance is bliss, always has been, always will be. Love it or hate it, it's true. Well, it's not ignorant. I know what's going on. I just know I can't change it. That's really all there is to it. Move on. Yeah, we probably will move on in just a second here. Poet Master, thank you for the 1,000 bits. I appreciate that very much, man. What's your first reaction to Season 3? I'm enjoying the game. I am. I hate to say that. I know it's going to upset a lot of people, but I'm actually enjoying the game. I'm sorry to say. Just let everyone's chat log be public. Oh, man, dude. You should move to China. They're already doing that. Thanks for the 500 bits. I appreciate it. Willing to talk to a large audience about nuanced things are brave and important how you handle it. Do your own insights. Mad respect. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Let me see here. Racist jokes can be done for a few reasons that are not hostile. Yeah, I mean, it's just the problem with, like, doing something like that is, like, and, like, even George Carlin did, like, a routine about that. And, like, I don't know. It was, like, I don't think I can even, I can't even retell the routine that George Carlin did. Unfortunately, but he did talk about that himself. Okay, let's see here. Where are the rest of these here? Okay, things right here. George Carlin. Yeah, George Carlin's a god. Okay, is there any more comments that people want to make before we move on and we just watch the video? Okay. Why should I give a shit about going out of my way to help other people? Well, I don't know. I mean, like, that's the same way that I look at it. I've always been in a lot of ways a selfish person. And I'll be the first person to admit that. Think about it, everyone has the mindset. Yeah, I think that a lot of people actually, like, there's a strong desire to control other people by many people. And I think that desire is you know, what draws them to try to, you know, help other people or, you know, do whatever else. Why not break the cycle? Because you can't. You can't. Like, that's all there is that you can't. Like, I mean, it's not going to happen.
That's not true.
I don't have the amount of power to do that.
Yeah, but your line of thinking is why billionaires aren't just, you know, not just out giving everybody $1,000. If billionaires would actually do something and give out money, you know, things would be way different in this country. You know what I mean?
Especially
like, we need
if they
billionaires'
gave the money to me. Yeah, I agree. I think they should give the money to me. And I think that would solve a lot of our problems. Yeah, they just give me the money, and that's all there is to it. Okay, Bernie Sanders. No, I mean, this is it, right? It's way wrong. Well, I mean, obviously, like, yeah, billionaires create a lot of jobs. But, I mean, I'm creating jobs, too. I mean, think about, there's people with the record button on right now that are going to try to upload this to YouTube with, like, some sort of clip, like Asmongold turns full SJW and McConnell tries to turn him away from the dark side or something like that. And,
please.
you know, yeah, they're gonna get these titles out there for, like, hate baiting my stream. And, you know, they're going to get paid for that because, like, people are going to click on that title. They're like, man, I can't believe, man, I miss old Asmon. I can't believe this. I hate this new guy, dude. This sucks. I hate this bullshit.
Well, to be fair, I hate your new mic. I miss the old one.
Really?
I do. I really, it added this, like, just, like, I don't know, just the scuffness. It was just fucked up. And you were, like, yelling, and I don't know. It was just, I don't know. It was more OG.
It was more authentic.
Yeah, remember that time you were doing the Valajar dailies and you got that legendary ring? You're like, oh my god, what the fuck? What? Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Was great, dude. Holy shit.
Yeah, that was the
if you did
helmet.
If you did that now, your mic would peak and be all fucked up, and it would suck.
Well, the issue is I had to yell all the time to like create that voice, and like that's why I changed it. Like maybe one day I will go back to the old mic, but I'll use this one for now. Anyway, yeah, this is too real, guys. I know obviously a lot of people probably don't come into here to talk about politics, etc. And you know, at the end of the day, who am I? I'm just another random guy. So I mean, that's all that matters. And anyway, guys, let's go. What?
You're a nobody, that's for sure.
Yep, in the grand scheme of things.